Hello and welcome to Headliners, your first look at Wednesday's newspapers. I'm Cressida Wetton, and reviewing the papers on my comedian panel tonight, I'm joined by the thinking woman's pork product. It's Paul Cox and Headliners eye candy, Carey Marx. How are you both?
We're great, just giggling away over Cressida. I've received a gift.
Something special.
A gift. I haven't actually opened it yet, so let's do it now. Could be dangerous, could it? Bang. Right, it's a piggy.
What is it? It's a pig.
It's a piggy. Dear Paul.
Why?
Here is your piggy. Jealous. I hope you like him from one of your little rashers. Thanks, Jill.
That's pathetic.
Oink, oink.
I'm very happy for you.
Yes, so you should be. Thank you very much, Jill. You absolute legend.
Don't send me any.
Jill, I think it's fantastic.
Why?
It's absolutely brilliant.
Very nice. Well done.
Lovely. Right.
Congratulations.
Okay. Congratulations on your pig. OK, let's have a look. At tomorrow's front pages, the Daily Telegraph is leading with probe into hatches left open on doomed super yacht. The Times has PM warned empowering unions will stifle growth. The Eye has Brits without new €7 EU visa face being turned away at airport in 2025. The Daily Mail has Could anyone still be alive? The Guardian leads with Reeves plans tax rise amid alarm over black hole. And finally, the Daily Star, food boffins say we should add fogey caramels to our recipes. And those are your front pages. OK, let's have a look at the front pages. Paul, what's on the cover of tomorrow's Daily Telegraph?
Well, I'll lock up and deport more migrants, vows Cooper. I don't know if she's trying to kid, unless she's talking about people from the Isle of Wight or something. But Yvette Cooper has pledged to detain more illegal immigrants and carry out a record number of deportations. Oh, this lady's changed her tune slightly, hasn't she? The Home Secretary will expand immigration detention centres. Loves locking people up. They bloomin' love it. And she says she's going to deport 14,500 people in the next 6 months. That's not a lot, is it? 500 turned up last Saturday, so let's not get carried away. I mean, bless her for trying, but this seems ridiculous to me. Against the backdrop of what we've just seen with regards to anti-immigrant protests, which I hate, by the way. Please don't lock me up. I don't want to go to prison. I'm too pretty.
Fair enough. It's not a lot of people, but it is a start, isn't it? If they actually do it, it's more people...
to be fair, it is a start. I don't know quite how they're going to do it. I mean, this is presumably sending 14,500 people that are already here and have failed to seek asylum in this country, and they're just going to send them back. So I don't know if it's a win or not. I mean, I assume they're just waiting to be sent back. Well,
it would be a lot better than the Rwanda scheme, wouldn't it, Carey? It would be something of a deterrent, don't you think, more so?
Yes, absolutely so. Do you know, I'm still trying to get over congratulations on your pig, to be honest. I mean, that's completely thrown me, but OK. No, it's a good point. I thought we were going to cover this story, Camilla, the Queen of Jeans, because I really want to know how she got anointed. You are the Queen of Jeans. Yeah, that's what I've always worked for. OK, so, I'll lock up and deport more migrants, vows Cooper. Now, I think she means she's going to do it personally. Yes. I don't think she means it's going to be a government thing. I mean, we're going to see scenes of Yvette Cooper going out just holding people by the collar and chucking them into cells and so on. So it could get really interesting. Well, look, we haven't even, knife crimes going up. We're not even doing anything about that, really. And meanwhile, we're going to smash all these criminal gangs. And I'm not that hopeful about it at the moment. We're aiming at an extra 280, I can't really read it because it's tiny, detention centres. I'm not sure where we're going to put them. And considering we've got no room for prisoners right now, we're going to find all these detention centres. And where we're going to send all the illegal migrants to, I don't know. Rwanda's off the cards. So... What's the plan?
It really does.
I'm asking you, Paul.
I know, and I do know the plan, but I can't say right away. I can't say right away. It's really starting to feel like a bunch of sort of idealistic drunk students have woken up and gone, we're in charge of the country, what are we going to do? And they're asking the biggest wally in the bunch to sort it out. It just happens to be a bloke called Keir. But I've no idea how this is going to work out, because so far, every day of this 6 weeks has been utterly ridiculous.
Smash the criminal gangs. We'll just keep saying it.
Just smash Labour.
So cynical. Carey, what's on the Times front page, please?
Well, I'll tell you. It says, PM warned, empowering unions will stifle growth. So this is the... Labour is making a whole lot of new plans to give unions more power. Oh, what's that noise? I think that's Margaret Thatcher turning in her grave. So basically what's going on is that Labour are bending over as far as they can for the unions to give them anything they want, and business leaders are warning that it could stifle growth, which I don't want to get involved, but they're right, it will. Under the proposals being drawn up by the ministers, companies will be forced to recognise and negotiate with unions, even if only a minority of staff or members back the move. So it's going to be even with a tiny number. Basically what's happening is they're moving to a time where everyone will be a union.
Pretty much, yeah. They're kind of getting in where water couldn't, aren't they, Paul? There's not going to be... I used to think it was just people in local government and teachers who were in unions, but it's going to be everybody.
Of course, and, you know, this is exactly what Labour do. It's of no surprise whatsoever. Nobody who wouldn't have voted for them, and even those that did vote for them, can't be surprised that they're in bed with the unions. The idea that it will stunt growth is true. The idea that the economy won't grow as a result is also true. But this is why Labour in particular are very keen on lots and lots of cheap immigrants coming to work in this country, because they're not part of this pay deal. Fruit pickers aren't in a union, and ever since the Labour of the 1997 Tony Blair era, all we've seen is the floodgates open under the guise of growing our economy, and what we're left with is a very shrunk economy and a very angry population.
Well, unions can be a big thing. We're just getting more and more into the gig market these days, so it's not... I don't see how that works, really. Unions don't work in our industry, for example.
Not really, no.
No, but they should.
What's on the cover of the Eye, please, Paul?
Brits without new €7 EU visa face being turned away at airports in 2025. By the way, this is not news. This is what happens in every country outside of mainland Europe. You turn up without a visa, then you won't be allowed in if you require a visa. So what's happening here is the Eye in particular are stirring the pot, because Brexit is very much back on the table again, and this is the latest thing to come into process over the next 12 months, that you're going to need a visa to get into Europe. And what they're saying is lots and lots of people will turn up to Europe, won't have a visa and get deported, i.e. sent home because they can't get in. But it's ridiculous. That would happen anywhere. If you tried to get into the US without a visa for certain things, that would be the case. So all you've got to do is buy your €7 visa and it's problem solved.
Well, it is a bit of admin, isn't it? But what's that, £5, £6? It doesn't sound like a lot, does it, Carey?
No, I think what they're trying to do here is to say, this is what you've done, Brexit, you know,
yeah.
This is what you've done to yourself, €7. I think with the cost of a holiday, €7 isn't a great deal, really. But at the same time, you know, Brits spend about £72.4 billion pounds a year going on holiday. So I kind of think they should let us off the €7.
Yeah,
really.
why not?
I think we could blackmail them. I think if all of Britain, just if we had a meeting and said, look, let's UK just said we're not going to go abroad, they'd say, well, we'll let you off the €7. You know,
It's discrimination, Carey.
it is totally.
Well, or they could just do 2 for 1s
horrified.
at the bar and then we'd give them more money than that anyway. OK, finally, let's have a look at the Daily Star, Carey.
I have no idea what this is going on about, because it's just the front page. It doesn't give you any clues. Chew what? Food boffins say we should add fogey caramels to our recipes, and apparently we should add Werther's Originals to our food, which I think is because we're trying to get more old people to get their teeth out faster. Otherwise, I have no idea why. Did you actually follow anything about this story?
What our listeners and watchers won't know is that with the Daily Star, all we get is the front page, because what more do you normally need than Scotchio or, you know, squirrel attacks seagull? But on this occasion, we've got a genuine story and we have no idea what it means.
Why is there a picture of a man and his
is?
child? What's
Because
that mean?
that's how they used to market them, isn't it?
That was the advert.
Was it?
Oh, you can't do that no more.
Less cynical
Grown men with
time.
kids. That's against the law.
Oh, less cynical. I think it's because old people remember the war and when there wasn't enough stuff, and so they like adding stuff to food, don't they? We're all obsessed with low-calorie food nowadays, but they like adding a bit extra.
Speak for yourself.
OK. I like Werther's Originals, though. I'm up for it.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
The chewy ones, not the old, not the ones that you have to, like...
You can't cope anymore, can you? With your old man teeth.
No, I just don't like them. They feel glassy.
Glassy?
Yeah.
Because your mum says you choke on them.
Brilliant. OK, that's the front pages done. Join us after the break for Sadiq Khan stirring things up, reflections on Nicola Sturgeon's achievements, Joe Biden coming back for one last hurrah. We'll see you in 2. Kicking this section off with Wednesday's Telegraph, and Sadiq Khan's building his part up for a change, Paul.
Well, indeed. Khan hints at Brexit split with Starmer. Sadiq Khan has hinted at a Brexit split with Sir Keir Starmer by suggesting the UK could rejoin the EU in the medium to long term. So in its general... Well, I mean, first of all, Sadiq Khan here letting the nation know that he doesn't think his party have created enough division in the last 6 weeks, so he's just going to add something else to the plate. I mean, he hasn't had a look around, has he, and gone, it seems like the whole thing's on fire. Perhaps we should mention Brexit. It seems like bad timing to me, but he obviously feels very safe as the Mayor of London to talk about these things. In his general election manifesto, of course, Labour said that there will be no return to the single market, the customs union or free movement. So I'm not sure what we can believe anymore from Labour. Every time they say anything, there seems to be either someone within the party who says something completely opposite, or they do something completely opposite, or they do some absolutely mad stuff, like locking people up for 3 years for saying naughty words. So I have no idea what's going to come around the corner now. So the idea that Sadiq Khan might be able to push for us rejoining the EU by Christmas, who knows? Could happen.
Well, he's definitely not saying Christmas, is he, Carey, if at all? And Keir Starmer's been very clear that this isn't going to happen.
He said it isn't going to happen.
Well, that's that then. See you tomorrow.
I'm just reiterating tonight. I'd like to start by apologising for my comments on Paul's pig. Great pig, Paul. Yes, so... Does Sadiq Khan know he's the London mayor? Does he know what lane he's in? Does he know that...
He's got a lot on. He should be getting on with that. Do your own work before you start trying to do kids.
Yes, there's knife crime going on and other stuff, and instead he's solving Brexit. He says there will need to be a conversation about whether we have a better future inside the EU or outside of it. Does he know there was one? There was a very long one, and it ended in a referendum. OK, he conceded that it would not be possible to rejoin in the short term, so at least it doesn't have to be a rushed conversation, apparently.
No, it's not
but then he says this is the bit I love. He was asked whether he agreed with Sir Keir, and Mr Khan told the Statesman magazine, the New Statesman magazine, well, I hope Keir has a very long lifetime. I don't want... I'm going to read this in the... I'm not sure how he said it like this.